Hey everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. Today I am working on a Monterey Chicken. If you ever been, I think it's Chili's, it's Chili's, I think they have this dish. Growing up, it was like a barbecue chicken for us that Mom made on the grill. But first I'm gonna get my towel wet here, because I'm gonna cut this chicken up, and I always put a wet towel underneath my cutting board. Let's keep it hold in place. I didn't do it one time and somebody caught me. But I always try to keep that on there. That way the cutting board stays in place, it doesn't slide around. So I've got 2 chicken breasts here, which are very large. So I'm just gonna clean them up just a little bit, get some of the fat off of them. And I'm gonna keep one hand dirty with the chicken, the other hand clean. So what I'm gonna do is make these into cutlets. I'm just gonna hold my hand flat on top of it. If you're afraid to do this, concerned about doing it, you can always take a mallet and smash them down. I just take these larger ones. With a sharp knife, you can glide it right through. And there you have 2 cutlets. Do the same thing on this one. Just make sure you have a very sharp knife. As long as you're going flat, you're not going to hurt your hand at all. So like I said, if you're concerned about doing that, maybe you can even ask your butcher at the grocery store to do it for you. So we put the knife over here out of the way. Wash my hands up a little bit. I've got bacon going over here, which I think is just about done. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to give it another turn. It's a little crispy here. And by the time we get done there, this will all be crisped up. Yeah. Let me grab the paper towel. Because I'm going to leave this bacon fat in here, and I'm going to do the chicken right in there. I mean, that extra bacon fat's going to add great flavor. But what I take out of here, I do want to get some of the grease taken off. Let that absorb some, take it out here and let it cool. Like I said, I grew up, Mom used to make, I call it barbecue chicken breasts on the grill. She'd even put bacon on it, sometimes even cheese. I never knew it as Monterey Chicken. I think until I saw it one time on the menu at Applebee's. Okay. So we're gonna just let that sit there and drain and cool. Put it back away from the burner. And then I am going to salt and pepper. Just gonna use a pink salt. And we're gonna use, of course, and I want this at about medium high. We're gonna cook the chicken almost all the way through. It's already hot. Get the pan oil around there. Whoops, I forgot the garlic powder. I'll put all the ingredients down below in the amounts I'm using. But as you can see, I'm just basically seasoning them to taste how much you guys like. If you don't like garlic powder, you can leave the garlic powder off. If not, go ahead and put it on. And when you put the chicken in, leave it. Don't play with it. Don't keep checking it. Don't be lifting it up. Once it's in there, leave it alone. Let it cook through. You're going to be able to see as it cooks, it'll start turning white. And when it's about halfway up, then you know it's time that you can turn it. So now let me get all this stuff out of the way, cleaned up a little bit. And just make sure if you have any chicken juice or anything on the board, clean off your counter. You do not want to cross-contaminate it in the done food, because you will have a problem. So I'm just going to do that, even though I don't think I got any anywhere. And I actually like using this Dawn power wash. That way we're nice and clean again. And as you can, I don't know if you can see, but this is already turning white, probably about a quarter of an inch up. And we're just cooking it over a medium-high heat here. Let that come up. I'm going to put the lid on just to help it cook it a little bit quicker. And I'll be back when we're ready to turn it. Okay, I can see through the lid here. It's already turning white around the edges, so it's cooking partially through, probably about halfway. I'm just gonna turn it over. I turn it up just a little bit. As you can see, it lifts up very easily. It's not sticking because I let it cook. If it's not ready to come off the pan, if it's not cooked, and the protein hasn't cooked over, it will not come up, and that's why it tears. So that's why I say, put it in, leave it, don't mess with it. I gave it about another 2 to 3 minutes, and we'll be back. Okay, we're back. I'm going to check the temperature on these. You want them at least 163 to 165 because they're going to go in the broiler, so they can cook a little bit more. But be safe, get it up to 165 for chicken. Most of these small ones are probably there. Yeah, we're 167, 170, 165. This big one I'm concerned about. Yeah, it's about 150, so we're going to give it a little bit longer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these others out because I don't want to get them too done. And I'm just going to lay them right on top of the bacon. Can't ever hurt your little bacon paste on there. I'm going to let this one cook just a little bit longer so we get to the 165 degree mark. Okay, let's see what we have now. We are at, 166. We're good. Okay, let's turn that off. And I'm going to get a baking pan here. I'm going to put the chicken, all 4 pieces, right on there. This is going to go into an oven under a broiler for about 5-10 minutes, just enough that we're going to melt the cheese that we're putting on here. Cover that, take it off the heat. So we have the chicken here. It's been seasoned, salt and pepper, and garlic powder. Next, we're going to coat it with some barbecue sauce, which makes it the Monterey Chicken, along with the bacon. You can use any kind of barbecue sauce you like. Growing up, I think the only barbecue sauce I ever ate was Open Pit. I don't even know if they make that anymore. I remember Mom would get Open Pit. I would eat that on steaks. I ate it on everything. It's like ketchup to me. Now I like to make my own barbecue sauce and use it on everything I do out in the smoker. This is some of my barbecue sauce. I'll put a link down below so you guys can see if you'd like how I make my barbecue sauce. Just a lot of molasses, actually a little bit of bourbon. I like my bourbon in my sauces. Flavor. I like my bourbon in my glass, with or without ice. So we're just cutting all this with barbecue sauce, get a nice coating on it. There we go. I don't want to waste any, I took it all out of the jar. Okay, so we have our chicken. Now we're gonna put 2 slices of bacon on each. Bacon may be a little long, but hey, nobody ever complains about bacon. At least not in this house. Like I said, I'm gonna put this under the broiler 5-10 minutes, just long enough to melt the cheese. I'm putting a Colby Jack on top, some Monterey and cheddar mixture. There we go. That's out of the way. Get bacon grease off my fingers. And then we'll just sprinkle some of the cheese over it. Pile it up in the middle. It's gonna melt. It's gonna go over the sides. There we go. And then just a little bit more garlic powder. I like garlic powder, so I just sprinkle a little bit more right on top. You don't have to. This is just my preference. And I use some dried sweet basil. I like the flavor it gives to it. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna pop this in the oven under the broiler, give it about 5-10 minutes, and we will be back. Hey everybody, we're back. It's been about 5 minutes. I'm going to get a hot pad. He's cute. My stepfather made these for my mom and him. They wanted all these corks. I was going around to all the flea markets and finding them for them. They make the best little hot pads. Okay, there we go. Here is our Monterey chicken. You can see it's starting to brown up a little bit on top. The cheese is melted. The bacon's crisp up a little bit more. It's delicious. Give it a try. Actually, I'm going to give it a little bit of a try myself. I'm gonna burn my face. Let me see. I want a little piece over here. I'm gonna get a little bit of this cheese off the pan. Ooh, steam. You can taste the garlic, you can taste the cheese, of course, and the barbecue sauce, all that together. What a delicious combination. It's our Monterey chicken. I'm gonna put the recipe down below. Look at me with my fork. I'll put the recipe down below. It's also on my website. Hope you are enjoying my channel. If you are, give it a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.